Hello and welcome. Today I thought I'd do something a bit different and finally talk to you about my top 5 movies of all time. As someone who's seen tens of movies, I guess you could call me somewhat of a film enjoyer or a cinema lover. I believe they call them cinema pedophiles. As someone who's seen so many movies, tens as I mentioned, I'm one of the biggest cinema pedophiles you'll ever meet. I just want you to understand these are just opinions. You'll have a different top 5 to me. I'll have a different top 5 to, some B-grade filmmaker like Tarantino or Scorsese. But then I might have the same opinion as, an A-tier filmmaker such as Zack Snyder, who we all know is one of the greatest in the business. Now, beginning my top 5, I want to start with Philadelphia. Philadelphia is a movie I watched for when I did my own film course. It starts off with a guy who is scared in a hospital. He's thinking, how the hell did I get in this hospital? I'm not even sick. Why am I in this hospital? Get me out of this hospital. He doesn't say any of that, but through showing and not telling, you can really grab that as an audience member. We look back on his life before this dastardly hospital visit and see that he used to be a lawyer. I say used to because he was fired unfairly for no good reason. Because, you know why? They felt like it. Because they're old and deceitful people, and they saw this young guy, they said, hey, we got to get him out of here, he's going to take our jobs, we're just dinosaurs here, we're just trying to, we're trying to win cases for these guys, but he's winning all of them, we can only win some of them, we're dinosaurs, we need to get this young upstart out of here. Now, because this is an unfair dismissal, he goes ahead with an unfair dismissal lawsuit, but no one will take his lawsuit seriously, because no one likes him. And, you're not really sure why. You don't understand. Why does no one like this poor fellow? All he wants to do is go, hey, you guys fired me for no reason, just because I was better than you guys, okay? And not for any other reason. That was the only reason. It's unfair. Why would you do that? And, no one takes it. No one takes this lawsuit until in comes Denzel Curry. At first, Denzel Monument's character's not sure if he wants to take this case. He initially says no. But then he goes home to his wife, talks about it, has a sandwich, and goes, hey, you know what, I'm going to take it. This sandwich was so good, thank you, sweetheart. I've changed my tune. Anyway, we get to the trial, and you can see that Tom Hanks' character continues to go to the hospital, and he's still not sure why. He keeps waking up in the hospital. He's going, hey, what the hell's going on? I don't even know why I'm here. Why am I in the hospital? Get me out of the hospital. Continues waking up in the hospital while his trial's ongoing. And, it goes back and forth between, oh, he might win, oh, he might lose. Is the justice system going to prevail in the right way? It gets to a point where he ages really quickly. He looks really old towards the end of his trial. I believe off screen he went to the beach that makes you old, and that's how that came about. And he's still waking up in the hospital more frequently as well. But in the end he wins his lawsuit against these old people. But unfortunately he wakes up in the hospital again confused, not sure why he's there one last time, and dies. And that's the full breakdown of my 5th top 5 movie of all time, Philadelphia. I like the movie. Number 4 on my top 5 list is Seven. Now, even though Seven's not set in Britain, it is a very spiritually British movie. The reason for that is, after being in the city that it's set in for 2 hours, you want to kill yourself. Now, this movie follows a young upstart detective and an old grizzled detective following clues. Now, they don't know what these clues are, but there's this weird guy, that keeps leaving him clues. And there's 7 of them, hence the movie's name, Seven. Now, they go through these clues, each worse than the last, until they get up to a point where the guy turns himself in. And once this guy turns himself in, he says, hey, you want to know why I've been leaving all these clues? Well, let me show you. So they take this weird, creepy guy on a little journey, on a little scenic tour. They drive out into a desert area until the guy says, hey, stop that car right there. It's time for this car to stop. This is why I've been leaving you all these clues. So the 3 get out of the car and see this box in the middle of the desert, which is weird because boxes don't usually end up in the desert. They usually end up in houses or depots or post offices. The desert is probably one of the last places you expect to see a box. Anyway, the weird, creepy, freaky guy, he says, this is what all the clues were leading up to. This box right here. Now, what comes in boxes? Presents, correct. So this guy's been leaving all these weird, nasty clues because he wants to give these guys a present, specifically the young upstart. But before the young upstart detective goes and checks what's in the box, the old grizzled detective goes and checks first, because in his words, it's age before beauty. He opens the box and does not like what he sees. And because he knows the young upstart detective so much, he knows that this present that the weird creepy guy is going to give him is not going to suffice. It's not going to be good, and he's not going to like the present that he's given. So the old grizzled detective says, you don't want to see what's in the box. You don't want to see your present. It'll only make you mad. This present is bad. He doesn't know you one bit. All these clues were for nothing. But the young guy keeps going. He keeps saying, hey, come on. You know, I may be bad, but I want to know what's in the box. What's in the box? And he keeps saying, hey, what's in the box? And finally, he gets to see what's in the box. And what's in the box is not a good present. It's a bad present. He hates the present. He hates the present so much, he shoots the weird, creepy guy. Which, in all fairness, you know, yeah, maybe he's just shooting him over a shitty present. But to be fair, he's weird and creepy. I don't like him, so it's fair that they killed him. And that's the synopsis of 7. I like the movie. Number 3 on my top 5 movies of all time is The Incredibles. The Incredibles follows a bunch of incredible people doing incredible things, hence the movie title. One is big, one is stretchy, one is fast, one is invisible, one is a baby. But it's no ordinary baby. The baby can turn into fire, which is an incredible thing because what happens if you get lost in the forest? Oh, we need a fire, we need a campfire, it's getting a bit chilly out. We got the baby. What the hell's the baby gonna do? Just you watch, it's fire. The movie isn't just about incredible people doing incredible things, but it's also about a guy who no longer feels incredible. He has low self-esteem, and really, at the heart of this movie, and I picked this up as a cinema pedophile myself, it is a film about mental health, which, you know, may not surprise you in terms of films doing that a lot nowadays. But back then, back in the early 2000s, that was almost unheard of. So it was really, you know, a step in the right direction. Anyway, this guy, you know, he eventually gets his mojo back when a younger guy tries to fight him because he didn't sign his autograph. And you think, oh, this young guy, he's got him pinned. He's got him done. He's going to win, but no. He's a young little dickhead and has no idea what he's doing, and he loses. But as you're cheering for this loss, you realise, oh my god, there's so many evils out there. What could be next? Surely there's got to be something going to pop up. Because it's so scary. You're worried. The incredible people have done incredible things, but there's going to be something next. In steps the big mole rat. Cut to black. And they never made a second one. We have no idea what happened after that. You know, maybe one day they'll pick it up again. But until then, I hope the incredible people killed the mole rat, because mole rats, they're ugly. I'm sorry. And that's the synopsis of The Incredibles. I really like this movie. Number 2 on my top 5 movies of all time list is Harry Potter. I don't care about the other 7, but the first movie was one of the greatest of all time. It follows a little fat kid named Darcy trying to stop his evil cousin who knows how to brew potions and be magic and turn people into rats. At first you think this Harry Potter character is, you know, nice little sweet kid, but no, he's evil. Why is he evil, you may ask? Well, he traps his little fat cousin in a snake enclosure. He floods his family's house full of letters. He has thousands of owls shit all over the house. He all around makes their life a living nightmare. And for what you think is going to be a fun, family-friendly movie, it turns into a horror movie because of this young little child. But luckily, in the end of the movie, they ship him off to some weird school for weird kids, and he's never seen from again. That is the synopsis of Harry Potter. I really like this movie. And number 1 in my top 5 movies of all time, Bicentennial Man. And a lot of people will be looking at me, I know right now, looking at their screens going, Bicentennial Man? I mean, it's not bad, but top 5 of all time? Let me explain. You may think Bicentennial Man is just about a robot. Okay, just about a robot guy hanging about with a family, helping him out for 200 years. No. It's in the name. Bicentennial Man. It's a robot struggling with its sexuality for over 200 years. A lot of people don't pick up on that nuance. You know, they think it's about other things. They think it's about, mortality and stuff. No, you couldn't be further from the truth. That couldn't be more wrong if you tried. I mean, for the time, what a progressive movie. I mean, not just about a human struggling with this thing, but a robot? For 200 years, a 200-year struggle. Do I like men? Do I like women? Do I like men? Do I like women? No, I'm the Bicentennial Man. I like both. Now, I don't want to spoil it too much and give you the whole synopsis like I've done with a couple other movies, so I'm going to leave it there because, to be honest, you got to go watch this movie. Okay, you rewatch it again and you'll go, wow. You know what? This cinema pedophile's correct. He knows what he's talking about. But if you haven't watched it, go watch it. If you have watched it and you think, this guy's wrong, go watch it again and come back and tell me that I'm wrong, okay? I mean, they spell it out, like I said, in the name. Bicentennial Man. 200 years, a struggle of sexuality. You are welcome. Anyway, those are my top 5 movies of all time. What are your top 5 movies of all time? Let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe. And I'll see you later. Goodbye.
I love Shifty Drongo. Shifty Drongo.